Hello, and thank you for watching this presentation about the TOEFL Primary Speaking Test. This presentation will introduce Educational Testing Service, or ETS, the TOEFL family of assessments, and the TOEFL primary tests. We will describe the test purposes, design, and how it can be used in classrooms. The test content will be described, followed by information about scoring and how score reports help teachers, parents, and students. Finally, the presentation concludes with an overview of the teacher and parent support available for the TOEFL primary tests. Educational Testing Service is a global leader in designing educational assessments. It is our mission to provide fair and valid assessments that measure knowledge and skills needed in school and in the workplace. Our assessments support education worldwide, and it is our privilege to introduce you to the TOEFL primary tests. The TOEFL primary tests are part of the TOEFL family of assessments, which includes the TOEFL IBT, TOEFL ITP, and TOEFL Junior tests. These tests support students in their journey learning English and using English for educational purposes, whether that journey is in elementary school, middle school, high school, or colleges and universities. Each TOEFL test is designed for a particular use and language proficiency. Suggested age ranges are provided, but test use and proficiency level are more important factors to consider when selecting an appropriate TOEFL test. TOEFL primary tests provide a snapshot of student abilities as they learn English. Teachers can use the tests to monitor student progress, set goals for student learning, and place students in the appropriate level of instruction. The TOEFL primary tests also help teachers communicate to parents about student progress and areas for improvement. All TOEFL tests are designed based on quality, professional research. TOEFL primary was designed with young children in mind. We studied curricula from many regions: East Asia, the Middle East, Europe, South America, and North America, and based the test on what was common to all these curricula. So the TOEFL primary tests are not based on or limited to any specific curricula. We also conducted research in various countries to determine how long the test should be, which skill areas needed to be tested, and how to make the test interesting and motivating for young learners. At each step along the way, distinguished researchers from ETS and leaders in the field of language testing from major universities reviewed the test design. Students all over the world start learning English at different ages. These students are learning in different schools and at different paces. Some are studying English maybe only 1 or 2 hours a week, and other students study English every day. TOEFL primary tests are intended for students as young as 8 years old who have been studying English for about 1 year or more. The speaking test is a computer-based test. Students wear a headset and speak into the headset microphone. Before the students begin, they have an opportunity to adjust the volume settings and do a warm-up question to get comfortable with the setup. The test is about 20 minutes long, and it has 7 to 10 questions. The students experience the questions as part of a storyline, which makes the speaking test highly engaging and motivating for young learners. TOEFL primary speaking test content is based on a set of communication goals covered by many English curricula for young students around the world. For example, students show their ability to express basic emotions and feelings by talking about their likes and dislikes. Students show their ability to make simple requests by asking for permission. And students show their ability to give short commands and directions by explaining a common routine. The TOEFL primary test is set up as a story. Characters in the story guide students through the story and the test prompts. Speaking prompts require students to show their level of proficiency in 6 communication goals, including describing pictures and giving sets of short instructions. Students with the lower proficiency might be able to say a few words to respond to the prompts. Students with a higher proficiency may respond with more detailed and complex language. The TOEFL primary score reports provide different types of information about student proficiencies. The first piece of information is the level. On speaking, levels are shown as ribbons. The TOEFL primary score report also provides score descriptors and next steps, scale scores, and students' abilities in relation to the Common European Framework of Reference, or the CEFR. TOEFL primary speaking reports scores alongside levels. Scores help to show student progress within a level, especially if students take TOEFL primary more than once within a short period of time. Speaking scores run from 1 up to 27. If a student earns a score of 0 for the entire test, the score report shows NS, meaning no score. TOEFL primary scores are linked to the CEFR. The CEFR is a widely used tool for understanding language development and proficiency. CEFR descriptors are modified to reflect young language learners' abilities and used to determine the student's proficiency level according to the CEFR levels. The following is an example of the descriptor that a student may receive on the TOEFL primary speaking test. The can-do statements explain what a student is capable of, and the next steps provide suggestions on how a student can continue to improve their English. TOEFL primary speaking test responses are scored by human raters using official ETS scoring guides. Speaking responses are rated on 2 rubrics. A 3-point scoring guide is used for scoring responses where students talk about their likes and dislikes, describe pictures, make simple requests, and ask questions. Speaking responses are also rated using a 5-point rubric. The 5-point scoring guide is used for scoring responses where students give a series of directions or retell events they see in pictures or in a video. ETS offers a variety of resources that provide more information about the TOEFL primary tests, how to use the score reports, how to prepare for the test, and the process of administering the tests. The TOEFL primary website contains all the general information about the tests, how they are scored, and how teachers and parents can use the score reports. The Student and Parent Handbook familiarizes students and their parents with what the test book looks like and how to prepare for the test day. It also gives parents more information about the test purposes. The teacher edition of the handbook provides teachers with additional information on how to prepare students for the test day and what they need to do to make the testing process as easy as possible. The English Learning Center provides students with 20 hours of learning content to practice their reading, listening, and speaking skills. It also includes full-length practice reading and listening tests for each of the levels. The administration manual includes all the instructions that teachers need to administer the TOEFL primary tests. Thank you for your interest in TOEFL primary. We look forward to answering your questions about how TOEFL primary can help your students.